The president, who was worth hundreds of billions, deliberately rented a tricycle to pick up his wife when she was moving, just to test her sincerity. Before the girl had a chance to ask questions, the president had already carried her into the vehicle. After more than an hour's drive, they finally arrived at their destination. Looking at the old house in front of her, the girl mistakenly thought that the president had sold all his assets to marry her. However, what the girl never expected was that everything here was carefully planned by the president. The CEO thought that the girl was just a money grubber, so he deliberately pretended to go bankrupt to test her. It turned out that 2 days ago, when the girl was having fun with her best friend in a bar, she saw a scheming woman putting something into the president's drink. Out of kindness, the girl decided to go and remind the president. However, when she went upstairs, she couldn't find the president. The girl could only try knocking on doors to find out where the president was. However, what the girl didn't expect was that, in the next second, the president directly pulled her into the room and forced her to spend the night with him. When the girl woke up the next day, she learned that her adoptive father was seriously ill. She quickly grabbed her clothes and ran out. After the girl left, the president also woke up. He learned from his assistant that the girl had an ulterior motive and was probably after his money. But the president hung up the assistant's phone, then canceled all the meetings for that day, and went to the hospital where the girl was alone. At this time, the girl was all alone and helpless in the hospital. The medical expenses for treating her adoptive father were too high. Even though she had called all her friends, she still couldn't raise enough money for the medical expenses. Just when she was sitting on the ground crying silently, the president appeared in front of her and said that he wanted to make a deal with the girl. If the girl married him, he would pay all the medical expenses for her adoptive father. After a struggle in her heart, the girl finally agreed to the president's deal. However, as soon as they got the marriage certificate, the president left the girl alone and walked away, leaving the girl standing there. The girl was both helpless and angry. When the assistant learned that the president had gotten married so quickly, he was extremely shocked. He immediately advised the president to keep his distance from the girl, because in his opinion, the girl was just a money grubber. But the president remained unmoved. He said that he would first trap the girl, and then toy with her slowly. The president stood outside the company waiting for the girl to get off work. The girl asked the president in confusion where his car was. The president pointed to the shabby tricycle in the distance. However, the girl was not as money grubbing as the president thought. In fact, she was very grateful to the president for selling his house to help her raise money even when he was bankrupt. Moreover, they were high school classmates, and the girl had had a secret crush on the president for many years.